Good to know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the September 21st, 2022 zoning citation hearings. We have 10 items on today's agenda, and we'll try and get through this as painlessly as possible for everybody. Counselor, take it away.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon. There we go.
I'm Attorney Gary Oberst. I'll be the hearing officer today. To my right, representing the city of Norwalk, is John Hayducky. He's the deputy zoning inspector. In the gallery is Tammy Maldonado, who is the chief zoning enforcement officer. And we will probably be joined by John Nagareta, who's the Josh, who is the land use technician. Okay.
All right, so
Let's
where's that ready?
when I call your matter, you'll take a seat at the table. If you're an interested party to the matter, you can also have a seat at the table. Everybody's welcome to attend by Zoom or telephone. Procedures, that's the city through Mr. Hayducky will present its findings. You'll have an opportunity to be heard. I'll hear an interested party. We'll then try to reach a resolution that satisfies everyone. Failing that, I will make a decision that may or may not satisfy anyone. If you have any questions, bring them to my attention when I call your matter. Who did you got in what order? You have anybody here represented by council?
Yes.
Let's start with
The first item. That's what it is. You might as well start there.
okay, for Lewis Street.
Or Lewis Street, come on up.
Okay.
In the that side. All right, Murphy, you want to jump over here? That side
there?
Yeah, if you don't
Okay.
mind. If you don't mind. Okay. So you guys,
Oh, you
shot,
wanna be
yeah,
over
just make sure you're in shot of the camera, that's all. It should be, but it will wiggle down a little bit.
All right,
Shockingly, we do have plenty of room.
okay,
Our old conference room, that would not have been possible.
all right.
Perfect. All right. My folder. All right, we're gonna do everybody's favorite share screen. So we'll go up here and we'll go do it there for Lewis. Very good. Okay. So we'll begin the with the hearing officer swearing everybody in. Or once he's a popular guy, so
Let's try and shut this off. Okay, let's introduce yourself for the record.
Yes, good afternoon, Frank Murphy, I'm the attorney for Sally Kellogg. And Sally Kellogg is present also,
She's going to testify.
yes. Well, she may.
Raise your right hand, please. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Put your hand down. Okay, the city can get started here.
okay, so the first item that I want to present is an email we received about regarding 4 Lewis Street and some containers.
It's on the screen.
It is on the screen, yes, it's on the screen. Technology is a wonderful thing, sometimes. So that's the email there, and we'll scroll down to our first exhibit here. This is readily available to everybody. This is on, this is basically a Google satellite image. And this is just printed off my screen. That's why it looks a little funky, but we have on the property 2 shipping containers. One there and one there.
Okay.
And just as a little primer, this property is located in the East Avenue Village District, EVD for short. And in that zone, temporary storage containers, which these would fall under. Other examples would be like pods and things like that.
Did you do the notice?
If you want me, I mean, that's coming next.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to establish why we're here. And
Okay, that's fine.
I'm pretty confident that we have notice, so that's why I'm
I'm
confident.
just making a record.
That's fine. I'm confident in my work. And so lastly, temporary storage containers, they fall under shipping containers. storage pods, rat packs, pack rats, whatever they are, you know, Frank Sinatra, whichever one you want to look at. They are allowed in some zones. It's actually explicitly said in some zones they are allowed. There are a handful of zones, however, where they are not, and this is one of them. So that was why I said, okay, well, we may have an issue here. So with that, confirming that there is containers on the property via drive-by inspection, which was pretty obvious. So I'd send a notice of violation via,
Where is the drive-by inspection? This is an area.
this drive-by is just me going by verifying they were there in that configuration.
You're not shy. Let's
Keep going.
go in your order.
I'm sorry,
We'll cover everything.
cover everything, it'll be there, cover everything. This is the owner of record, this is Sally Kellogg for Lewis Street, tax record. And that is where we sent the notice. And where we sent it also via our constable, Peter Bondi. Give him a little work. That's the notice, and I know I went through that pretty quick. So there we go. And there is Constable Bondi's notice.
Counselor, any objection to notice?
No,
Very good.
Notice is found. Let's go.
Well, very good. All right. Then the next email is a little redundant then. This was Attorney Vasco from Attorney Zullo, Flaherty and Murphy responding to my notice. And also outlining a conversation we had the Friday prior. This was on September 12th. The Friday prior would be September 9th. And just outlining, we met outlining what the violation was, and he also provided an explanation as to why they were there. And if we keep going real quick. Attorney Vasco also at that point confirmed that he would like a hearing, and he said the 21st would be fine, which is today. And there's a little detail for everybody at home. That was Thursday, September 13th. So the 21st would be great, and first on the agenda, so they would be accommodated.
Okay.
And in order to get proper documentation and notice for this was the citation. This is what the state says I have to send. And there it is, sent on September 14th with the hearing date of today at 3 p.m. And well, I have two more things here. So this is probably the more of the crux of what you want to see as the hearing officer. This is a letter which was hand delivered to me on September 15th from Attorney Murphy. And you feel free to read that there while I pull it up here on the screen. And for anybody following along at home, but there is nobody, but I'll put it on the record for anybody following along at home. This document is also available at request from the Planning and Zoning Office. Well, there's nobody here, so
I can always look at it later.
I can't do. Yeah, that's very true. And last but not least, that's the third page there. And last but not least is a photo this morning of containers to show they are still here today.
This one was not clear enough. The only thing you showed me so far.
Okay, that's fine. Go on.
Attorney Murphy, any objection to this?
no,
So the container is there.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty basic. The city is looking for the violation to be upheld, that the containers are there.
Which, right up.
Oh, my right, I'm sorry.
Not that, you were, no, it's,
Yeah, keep going.
oh,
Okay.
okay.
And basically, we're just looking for the violation to be upheld. And obviously, they have to be removed, preferably in a timely manner. Make a noise. Okay, that's all that matters.
Okay. Attorney Murphy.
Yes, the containers in fact are there, and we agree they've been there for some period of time. And the reason is ongoing litigation with Middlesex Assurance Company and City Mortgage and Bank of New York.
Should we just put your letter on the record?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That letter you sent, we can put that on the record.
Yes. My letter gives a brief outline of the situation, but let me give you a little bit more detail.
Sure.
All this started when a 4.5 ton, 80-foot tall tree fell on the house during a severe windstorm. And the tree broke in half and pounded on the house, causing extensive exterior and interior damage. At the time, Ms. Kellogg was insured by Middlesex Insurance Company under a restorationist insurance policy, which is a special kind of homeowner's policy meant for historic and antique homes. This house was built in 1846 and was essentially in its same condition with the same owners owning it until Ms. Kellogg purchased it in 2002 and maintained in its historic status. Middlesex initially refused to pay any substantial amount of damage. And at a point in time, it went to an appraisal under the insurance policy as to what the value was. Middlesex made an award based upon the appraisal of $578,000 for repairs. That, of course, is less depreciation. And you're going to ask, well, how can depreciation be applied to a house that was then 150 years old? And the answer is it's because the insurance policy provides that according to the Connecticut Supreme Court. So the depreciation amount is withheld. At this point in time, I became involved in the matter, and a motion was filed to set aside the appraisal report. We went to trial for 8 days before Judge Tierney in the Superior Court, and he found 34 instances where Middlesex violated the terms of the insurance policy. Middlesex appealed to the Connecticut Supreme Court, and in 2017,
Once past the appellate straight to.
the Connecticut Supreme Court found that the appraisal process was in fact an arbitration award and could be enforced even though an insurance policy is an adhesion contract, as you know, and the homeowner has no opportunity to negotiate the arbitration clause or anything else.
Right.
So I think it was wrongly decided, but they're the Connecticut Supreme Court. In the meantime, we had started a suit against Middlesex which is presently pending for breach of contract, promissory estoppel, in violation of the Connecticut Unfair Insurance Practices Act and the Connecticut Unfair Trade Practices Act.
Okay.
That case is still pending and is scheduled for trial on January 25, 2023. In the meantime, Middlesex moved for summary judgment in the second case. In
Sorry, second case.
the unfair trade practices case. And the motion for summary judgment was denied by the Superior Court, but then appealed by Middlesex to the appellate court. The appellate court decided that the judge considered some evidence in the summary judgment motion and that it should be reconsidered, and it was remanded in March of this year to the Superior Court. So we have argued the motion for summary judgment and we'll have a decision before January. I suspect that if Middlesex is dissatisfied, another appeal will be taken, but that's another story. The other thing you should know is that there's another case involving a mortgage foreclosure by Bank of New York and City Mortgage. Because the insurance proceeds from Middlesex under the terms of the mortgage had to be paid to City Mortgage, and they have refused to release the funds for repair of the house. So that money is, the mortgage foreclosure is pending. There is a counterclaim against City Mortgage for the insurance proceeds and other damages. In other words, this is a complicated litigation situation, and the items in the container are a portion of the contents of the house that were damaged and not paid for, by the way, by Middlesex, despite the insurance policy. In fact, may very well, some portions of it may be evidence in the case. So this is a unique situation in terms of the zoning situation. There's nowhere else that we could possibly put the containers.
When you
So
say that,
that's why they're there. So what I'm requesting is that the matter be continued until the litigation is resolved.
understand, let me ask you, it's not because of where they're on the property, it's not allowed on the property at all.
Correct.
You
I
say
can
there's
bring up
nowhere
an
else
example
to-
of that if need be.
No, I understand, I just want to make sure. There's no, you say there's no other place they could possibly be, could they be placed off-site somewhere?
If she had the money to pay for it.
Well,
but of
no, I
course.
can make a comment about
Whatever.
All right, go ahead.
I have an NCIDQ credential, which is for health, safety and welfare of people, so it's very important when you handle asbestos. That's part of, code violations and things like that. If you find asbestos in the house, whether it's antique or not, and you have more than 1%, you're supposed to put the contents, handle it a certain way, put it into containers, do different things to dispose of it and so on. When, Middlesex was not, when they went to appraisals, then this whole thing with the asbestos became another topic that nobody really addressed and never came to the full circle of what was supposed to happen to the contents, partially because they never paid a dime for replacing or removing the contents. So they've been sitting there with no, and I talked to the health department and I had orders from the health department and hygienics came out and did a report and what was supposed to happen to the contents and all of that. Well, the contents are there and there is more than 1% of asbestos that was found in the house that's spread all over anything that's porous. So your clothes, your furniture, your drapes, your carpets, that's the kind of stuff that's in there that can't be cleaned, but it's best to be disposed of. So in that aspect, that those containers still have that while he handles litigation regarding it. You're still not supposed to dispose of it,
No, I'm not asking you that.
and so you can't really move the containers.
That's what I'm saying, when you not dispose, I'm asking you why you can't move it. You can't have it picked up and moved somewhere.
They're not supposed to be removed from the site. It's not supposed to be moved off from the property.
Is that the case? As far as you know?
Well,
According to the health department.
yeah, the containers were supposed to have been examined by Middlesex and are the subject of the litigation. And there is a the State Department of Public Health order authorizing disposal, but here we get to the issues with Middlesex. Middlesex is not paid for the disposal of any of these items.
How much are you claiming with the award of 578? How much are you seeking? How much are you litigating? How much are you litigating over? How much is your claim?
Well, her The value of the contents was $411,000. Middlesex's award for cleaning non-porous furniture was $80,000 and nothing for the $411,000 in the containers. The policy limits on personal property are $641,000. The real estate or building value, because it was an antique house, is an unlimited. Typical homeowners policy puts in a limit based upon the value of the property, whereas the restorationist policy provides for unlimited coverage because you can't replace the historic features with ordinary things like plasterboard and all that, and wood. You have to use older materials, which the policy provided. That's really what the litigation is about.
Right, okay, so,
I think we have some folks here that are.
okay,
That's maybe, no, that want
okay,
to speak up pretty well.
I understand. So you're basically asking for a continuance at this point.
Yes,
And I think you're asking for a continuance till at least January, because nothing's gonna happen before then, because
yes.
then we can see where we stand then. Does anybody else have anything to say?
Anybody for Lewis? Anybody? John, this is your time if you want.
Well. So they can't be moved to a facility that accepts.
That
The
was
health
the- that was the-
department
That was the testimony.
And it's the health department that says they can't be moved.
That was the testimony. I don't have anybody who says that isn't true. As far as I'm concerned, that's the evidence I have. They can't do it.
But it was placed there obviously in a violation to begin with. They weren't supposed to be stored there.
It's true. Now they can't be moved. Sometimes things happen that way.
Well, of course, anytime there's a construction project in the town, there's no regulation that says you can have a dumpster either, but you can.
Yeah.
And
Well, the problem is you're in violation because they are here.
Yeah.
Which you would happily move if you could. So where we stand now is in finding that there is a violation. Violation found, no fine at this time. And I'll continue. So when's the hearing in January?
well, the jury selection date is January 25.
Okay, so let's continue to late February. Should be done by then. I'll get your report back, and if you're all still going on, come
Yeah.
straight up, you need more time.
Okay,
Continue to, we got dates in February set up yet, not
Oh, no.
not that far out.
No. We can have some fun and take a look.
We'll take-
let our hair down.
Otherwise, we have to go through service and everything.
Yeah, I know, see, I mean, we could go through service, I mean, my problem is, hockey season started, I go to a bunch of Rangers games.
Yeah, I understand.
Right.
You have the Rangers schedule yet?
I do, but not on me. No, I mean, I do.
I'll tell you what, why don't we just continue to sometime in February and we'll send you notice.
Yeah, I'll just send those, I have
Continue to late
everybody's
February.
email and contact anyway, so. I can send
Okay.
these.
Sure.
Continue to late February for update. See what's happening. And, I mean,
all right, thank you.
just theoretically, I could tell you to move, but then that's not my problem. That's your problem, but let's see what happens.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Good.
Good.
Thank you. I don't have envelopes today because the feed or anything on paper for us, so I got print them out tomorrow. It's one of those.
Anybody can ask that.
You, I kept going by, you must have gone somewhere. No,
Yeah.
Plenty of chairs.
Plenty of chairs, everybody, sit on down, sit on down. I gotta be on the outside though.
If you create a violation and then you say you can't move it because it's a problem, it's crazy. You create the problem and then say,
Yeah, we really want asbestos in the backyard.
yeah.
See that? Keep in mind, gentlemen, we are on the record, so I just wanna make sure you guys are aware of that.
That's okay.
Wait, I just wanna make sure, that's fine, I wanna make sure you guys are aware. If you're cool
Just
with
let
it,
us know what
if
happens.
you're
with the
cool,
health department.
don't mind. Thank you, got it.
And she was complaining about me painting my place.
Yeah, you did a good job, I'm gonna say you did a good job.
Thank you.
I'm wrong. Oh, we get a worker here.
Good.
Go ahead. This guy, he's not evidence on disposal of property later. And where's the first? First email. There's one there, there's another one, there's supposed to be another one. Here. Oh. There you go. Ah, there it is. Okay. Let's go. Almost makes it look like I know what I'm doing.
You know, the whole camera showing, you know.
Yeah, exactly, that's fine, that just, you're right, the camera doesn't lie, it also adds 10 pounds as well, so it's
Oh, geez, I didn't want to hear that.
sorry to disappoint there. All right,
Let's see, go to the street.
so the next one on,
This is part of that.
crap, I don't know what I'm doing.
Anybody else here with attorney?
Nope.
Okay, so what's just going
So
on?
34 Burt is not here at the moment anyway, so the next one will be 4 France Street. Your next one. All right. Attorney Luke, Attorney Thomas didn't say anything that he would be here or not be here to you by any chance?
Not as fine.
Okay, I like it. Grace forgot, but happens. Okay, so those of us who are following along at home, which is nobody still, we are on to 4 France Street, and I will give the hearing officer the previous decision form, which is on the screen. And the notes from the last hearing. Let's get ahead of the good part for him. And there's that there. Another quick presentation for me, I like these. Okay. When the hearing officer is ready, if he wants us to swearing in. I'll do that. Yeah.
State your name for the record.
Alex at Moffat.
And swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
Thank you. You're a good gentleman.
Okay. So last time we were here was August 30th. And not too long ago. At that hearing, the hearing officer placed a $6,000 fine on the property contingent of 6,000 additional. And continued to today's hearing, oral notice was given to the property owner. Property owner's here, so we're good there. And so the issue here is we have a structure without permits. A lot of moving parts have happened since, we initially were going to be going to Stamford Superior Court. Actually, it was supposed to be today, but it was postponed. The judge, granted a continuance at the request of the defendant. So, it's kicked to October, I think it's the 20th. But, remind the hearing officer and for the record, sorry.
What's going on in Superior? What was supposed to happen?
Well, that's where I was going. That is a liability and damages matter, not kind of separate from this here, meaning that the judge will not be ruling on whether the structure can remain. but more whether the owner is liable for the construction and the violation and any fines associated with the cease and desist process under state statute 8-13. Our process here is 8-13, wait for it, A. That's the citation hearing process, which is a separate statutory process for violations. The reason we filed for cease and desist with the court is to avoid any possible, lack of better terms, non-conforming status or grandfather clause, which may occur after 3 years.
I got you.
If the matter is brought to court, then that statute goes out the window, so therefore it has to be addressed. That's the main reason why we did that, and I'm sure our attorneys here are probably looking for other things too, but that's their job. So my presentation is very simple. Today, I cruised by. This is the house, well, this is the structure at the property still. And pretty much the same condition that, it's still there. And that's the violation, structure without permit,
Has anything changed since last time?
negative.
Sir, is this accurate?
This picture, absolutely.
Perfect. So, I did meet with the property owner yesterday, to discuss, how to proceed with our form of enforcement. I highly suggested to the property owner that he obtain a land use attorney. He was attempting to hire counsel for the process with 8-13 to the court. But I made sure that the owner was aware that that is separate, and he should be looking for someone that could assist with all the complexities that are going to go on to attempt to rectify this. And just as a very brief, quick reminder, the easiest resolution is to take it down and move it so that it complies with setbacks and height. That's the easiest thing in our eyes, and so eyes.
Easier for you.
Easy for me, and I'm not the one that built it, or just building to build it or anything like that. Or obtaining counsel to get variances and zone changes, maybe needing lot line changes. Very complex. And I highly normally I don't say this, but I did suggest to the property owner that's probably something that he shouldn't be tackling on his own if he goes that route. So that's it.
I would like to address whatever we had on the meeting last time.
Mhm.
My attention wasn't here to come throw somebody on the bus or say something that I don't know. My concern was I had wrong information. Since 2000, me and my cousin, when we purchased this property, the owner of the property over there was some other company, which we had good relationship with them. And all the time, cleanest, to make the story short, but they sold it recently. And since they find out is a credit union, so which I even actually today. And I meet with the gentleman that is in charge of that property. And I explained for them what's this, he said, how come because you're not finished? I explained for him what's the issue, what's the problem. So he said, from my point, but I have bosses, I have no problem, but draft the letter, send it to us. If they want to call me, I have no problem that you've been here. So I talked to him. And then I send it to my bosses that the deck that is coming to us, we have no problem, or whatever, they're gonna make a decision. This is one idea. The second, as the gentleman said, I called 2 lawyers. One is Adam, one is Stephanie. So far up to this moment, I didn't get any phone call back. What I said is urgent to call me back.
When did you call them?
Today, one of them, last night, actually last night, Mr. Adam,
Way?
last night, I was,
The meeting that we had, there's a yesterday. We met.
yesterday. Yesterday, I came here and thanks to Mr. I forgot.
Hey, Darky.
Hey,
You can say John, that's fine.
John.
I'm just formal, we call it Aaron.
Yeah, exactly. Mr. Hidaki, a couple of lawyers. And originally I supposed to hire Susan and I talked to her, not to retain it.
Pretty suchy.
So she went out of the country, and I have all the text to prove it, I can show you. So finally, she decided, I'm too busy at this, I'm not gonna take the case, that's fine.
I think you told me that last, time,
Exactly.
and then you didn't do anything till yesterday, we made a couple of.
On this,
What I'm hearing.
what I did, they were talking about, whatever it was, I didn't know which way to go. Because before I had Cindy to work with me, now I'm by myself. Pretty much, so that's why I came here to Mr. John to explain for me, what is the point? I'm not here to make trouble for anybody, I'm not here to argue with anybody, I wanna solve this problem. The gentleman gave me an idea, which I'm trying to do.
I don't see any progress. I don't see anything that brings me here. It's different than it was last time we were here. It's awesome. Understand?
This gentleman, it was very hard to get, I have to call to make an
What's he
appointment.
gonna do for you?
I'm gonna draft a letter that they can, that was the biggest issue. The deck is over there, so that's why they said, you're like
That's
attacking the
it's
neighbor.
over there.
It's over the property line, which would at the moment hinder any possible approval if no board could possibly approve.
This person is representing the property owner that's.
Assuming now that is going to be the case. That is so this is the credit union that is next door, the property owner next door.
He said actually he was looking to talk to me because they have some construction going on over there. The new owners, they bought this place from them. And
So
that's what we,
I guess it's midstream when this originally went up. There's a different property owner, but the fact does still remain, we need,
on top of that, to get it solved, to go forward with the lawyers, with this gentleman. To get it resolved here. I'm not like sitting and doing nothing as okay, it is what it is.
When did we start?
I believe first hearing would be citation, right, January, I should highlight these things on here, that's.
oh, here we go, should be on our agenda here. First one was 126, and then we had a big gap till April. And then now we've been coming more and more here, closer here.
So basically, I've seen a progress. And you can tell me you're talking to people and you want to cooperate, but I don't see anything happening that shows that this is ever getting fixed. So violations.
Right, look at this.
Okay, you can have this one back.
I will take that one back.
Oh, no, I guess I gotta read what I
That's
said.
right. You can do that. I'll take this one back, I'll take this back. There we go.
Okay, so. Violation continues. Once again. No, progress. Understand, I fined you $6,000 last time, I gave you contingency fee of $6,000 if I don't have progress this hearing. You understand what that's not progress.
As I said, just I find out who is the owner and then I run over there.
Progress,
And this guy is a busy guy.
okay. That's fine. Now, $12,000. I don't know how much I can assess it's gonna get you to do what you need to do, but we're up to $12,000. We're gonna continue this. How much time do you need to come back with something more tangible?
Actually, this gentleman, I met him today, he said, draft a letter, email it to me. And right away, he send it to his boss, probably one.
If I may, this, even if everything were to fall into place nicely for Mr. Etmar and he can get a counsel, he can handle all the here, to get an appropriate application. We lost one and get everything in front of the boards and things like that, assuming we don't get the route of the structure being removed. There would not be tangible process outside of hiring counsel that would,
Definitely.
that would, outside that would, happen in a month, I'll put it that way.
Well, even if you hired counsel, you have somebody.
If you want to consider that one.
Exactly, if you wanna give me, say, 2 months, I definitely, I.
But I would say that the idea is that there's, other than removing it, this is complex, and you do have the power to say that if we do extend this a little bit, a robust fine could be considered.
Let's continue in 2 months. See if I had some real progress here.
We do have, I want to check the calendar there. We do have, at the moment, November 16th is our next hearing. In November. That's the closest thing to 2 months.
November 16th. Well, okay, so
We have one already there.
continue this to November 16th.
If you're on East Avenue, make a right. And then to make the first one parking lot, you just go to the next right.
Oh, you don't love that, I believe it.
Giving you a little notice, wasn't there?
Very nice, but
Give another contingent fine. Let's see how much I could give you.
Oh, it's right here. Is there that one? Yeah, that's what it is right now.
Could be $36,000 right now,
That's as of today.
as of today. So as of today, it's only 12. I theoretically could find you under $23,000. I'm just gonna put another contingent, well, that's 2 months, never, we're gonna use 6,000 more. Contingent fine. At some point, this is gonna be, cost you more than it's worth. Contingent fine. Okay.
That's it.
All right, that's where we are. Any questions?
All right. What's else?
thank you so much.
You got it. Yep. Okay, now this here. And that's all this. I can do that. That is me. Actually, that was embarrassing. If I could put that together. No, that's for that. Yeah. I like these easy presentations. Okay, there we go. All right, next is 3F tree. And I think Mr. Florida is behind it. Let's see. Stay. Hey, everybody home? Oh. Where it is. Come on now. Oh, this one, uh-oh. That wasn't good. No. Oh. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, do we have the previous? There it is, okay. Go back here, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm having a doozy of a time with this one. Here we go. There, okay. All right. Previous one. And the owner is here.
Don, can I interrupt you? There's a potential litigant trying to attend.
Yeah.
Do you allow the litigants to attend via Zoom or they have to show up in person? It's Roberta.
She's here.
No, he's calling customer service.
She has,
Trying to get the link.
links on the agenda, so she goes to the agenda page, it's right there, click on and it'll bring you right to it.
Which address is she? Is it the
7 now, she's not on for a little bit,
Okay. So, but she can participate virtually. Okay.
that's why it's there, I'm surprised it's not here already.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. See, we're prepared for every other day.
I know, it's
Prepared. We are prepared around here.
Absolutely.
Okay. So now normally I would give a memo for you for this. So much has happened in the past 10 hours. I don't know what. We'll fly by the seat of our pants.
We've
Because
done that before.
I would have had to write out,
Okay.
I would have had to write out 6 chapters, something, you know what? Let's just we'll just go as we, I'll go along as we please here. So last time we were here was all the way back. Oh, no, you wanted, sorry, you wanted to swear in? Sorry about that.
Yes, you had it on notice. Sir, raise your hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you.
Okay. No, last time we were here was June 28th. And back then. We have oral notice, he's here today. No fine and must have progress. Pretty simple. So. I'm gonna flash forward all the way to today, or yesterday. The architect for the property owner, it actually, just as a reminder for those at home, this is a work without permit violation. Property owner started doing some renovations and additions to the home, a little prematurely before getting permits. That's basically what we have. So, basically, the architect gave updated plans today, yesterday, and that's this here, that's the email containing it. Now, one thing I will point out is that the on the second paragraph, basically, we have permits already, so Mr. Torres had to get permits through what we told him already to, these are basically amendments to the, so ideally, we would like to have this closed out by now, but property owner is well within his rights to add on and alter his plans. So that's what these are. And I ran them all through the scanner. If anybody wants to see these at home, feel free to come on in and ask for them. But so I'll just go through them quickly. If the hearing officer wants to add all to take a look at them, they're right here. But trust me, they are architectural adequate. Let's get through these real quick and get to the crux of everything. Okay, that's true. All right. So I'll present to the hearing officer. This is from a previous hearing. This was what the property looked like back in June. And we've already seen these in previous hearing. And these are pretty much what they look like today. It's a little, I mean, it's got a little more shape to it. It's a little more towards completion. These plans are going to represent what the final product's going to look like. And so I'll be, yes.
These aren't labeled or anything.
Oh,
Just so they say.
Yeah,
Okay, these are all in the files.
yeah, they're all in here.
Objection on these pictures. Take a look at
That's
that.
your house. Yeah.
So Mr. Duffy asserts they were taken today. You have any reason to doubt that?
No, definitely.
Okay, fine. So there are 4 exhibits. These were already in this.
They're already in previous, yeah.
Okay, so you see what's going on here. Okay.
So given, I'll end with this, given that there's
Right up on this.
right.
No.
Oh, no, I don't remember fly by.
Oh, we're really, okay.
Fly by, I can pull it up here, actually, the previous one. if
Yeah.
you want.
up to 3.
Okay, I can do that, yeah.
No, I don't need the picture.
Sure? Okay.
I got where we are.
All right. So in light of the new plans and the architect and the property owner doing actually what they're supposed to, which is getting the permits, he's gonna need some time to finish this. I have no, obviously I don't want this to go on for years, but if we wanted to give the property owner some time to finish things up, we can do that.
Renovation continues. But progress ongoing. No, fine. At this time. Continued. To, when do you want to continue this to the next? To show me something.
About how long do you think it would take to be close to being done? Close, I mean, you don't have to be totally done, but
Yeah, winter is coming soon. My windows, they gonna be coming the last windows, 2 months from now, the last ones.
yeah, windows are hard to come in these days, he's actually not getting there.
The winter is coming.
Want to maybe come back in December and just see where you're at?
Yeah, in December, I'm gonna have all the rough inspections done by
Good,
then.
That's good. Okay. we can-
Electrical, plumbing, framing,
Okay.
HVAC.
Actually, I don't think we have anything in December at the moment, like scheduled. Well. Really, we only have, to be honest, we probably only have 2 weeks. I'll be being very frank and honest. I am probably out of the office the week between Christmas and New Year's. I don't think we want to ruin anybody's Christmas on the 21st.
Well, I think that's the fun of this.
It could be fun.
I have the 14th. You're not here on the 14th?
No, I didn't think we had the 14th for him.
We can be down, but we could have a hearing. there.
Sure. Yeah, I'm
It's
here.
far enough from Christmas.
Yeah, it's far enough for Christmas. We won't ruin too many holidays.
All right, so let's put that down for a hearing.
Very good.
Okay, now we have. Okay, so now we have continued to 12/14/22. Oral notice. I'm telling you right now, you may want to.
Yeah, you want to,
I remember.
you should, yeah, if you remember the last time, we didn't.
It's okay.
Yeah, before, and I'll shoot you an email. We'll get closer to it.
Okay, so that's the decision on that.
You're all set, Mr. Torres.
We have this back.
Yes.
The final plans, what should give you come back or?
You know what? If you want to run quickly around to the front there, just drop them off for me. Just say you're submitting, you were in the hearing. Yep, 2 seconds.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have. I'll let you clean that up.
Thank you. Most kind.
Es que necesito pedir un formulario. Hello, buddy. How are you?
Hey,
How you doing? Con información sobre un certificado de 60. Sí. Tiene cara de arquitecto, pero no tiene tarjeta atrás. Sí.
these, that's it. Need a bigger clip. That's 40K. You'll get a job. Translation. Want me to pause that? I don't know exactly where it is. It could be in his office, it could be both. Okay, Louise, if you want to come up, you're next. If you want- Okay. So there, you're good. And I'm gonna get Josh so he can translate. Very good.
What's your address?
14 budget.
I didn't miss anything, did I?
I don't know what we were looking for.
Well, I'm representing from my father, Jose Gonzalez. I don't know if his name got called, I'm just gonna take a phone call.
Well, we covered. We just finished 3 Apple Tree and 4 France Street and 4 Lewis Street and 14 version.
Okay, as long as Lexington now didn't get called.
We'll get to Lexington.
Okay, no problem. So-
All right, let me get.
Hang on.
Get you there next.
Okay, so going.
Hey, Josh.
Josh. Oh, sorry, you can put it right there. Well, that's fine. When it first started, it was a mile high, so yeah. And that should be barging.
All right.
I was thinking, no, it's, here is pretty just. Pretty just. You had a quick presentation, yeah. There's, but let's see. Let's see, leading attendees. Oh, okay, good. All right, not yet. All right. Like, well, where?
State your name for the record.
Please.
Raise your right hand. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Oh,
And now don't prompt me, you translate.
Jura decir la verdad.
Sí.
okay. So, last time we were here, August 30th. Not too long ago. And when we were here last time, continued to today. No fine, that's a good thing. And must have DPW driveway decision by today. So. Well, I want to put this in the record for not only for the hearing officer, but also for the owner, for Luis. We did get another complaint on the property, but it is for the same thing that we've been dealing with. The new driveway, the volleyball, and the lights.
When did we receive that one?
This one we received on September 2nd.
El,
Ah,
I'm just gonna-
Oh, yeah, Lilo, yeah.
El segundo es el septiembre 2, recibimos otra queja formal por el mismo motivo. Que usted está enterado de la queja de la primera que recibimos.
No.
Well, so
Yes.
overall, because I don't think he was aware of the first complaint that we received.
No.
So I just asked him, and maybe he was, but
Yeah, maybe it's
it's not.
No, that's
He's not aware that they're formal complaints.
Yeah, they all are.
So overall, what is it? So it's just the volleyball?
Yeah, so basically what is the initial complaints and that's these here.
Yeah. No, it was, yeah, you know.
Yeah, they're via email, they went to Steve.
Okay.
Basically, they're mostly for volleyball and the court and the lights, which we don't have any jurisdiction.
Right.
But because of the driveway, and he also did a little work to the deck,
Right.
those are two things we do have jurisdiction on, that's why we're here.
Right. Entonces, por el motivo que recibimos la queja, no es jurisdicción de nuestro departamento. Simplemente que como se nos notificó de que había un problema, observamos la propiedad y vimos los otros problemas que son los que le informamos, que eran el driveway y el deck que había hecho sin permisos.
Sí.
Pero solo para su registro, que sepa de que hay dos quejas, digamos, para la propiedad, que son los partidos de voleibol, el ruido, sound noise, volleyball,
And the lights.
y las luces, la altura. Pero
Sí, porque ya sacamos permiso de eso y va a ver a qué distancia tiene que poner el.
de todos modos, eso no es algo que tiene que resolver con nosotros. None of those three things have to be resolved with us.
With
right?
us.
Right.
Maybe another department, maybe a building department.
Tal vez en otro departamento tenga que hacer algo como usted está diciendo, que lo de la altura, pero con nosotros ninguna de esas tres cosas son un problema. Solo para que supiera que alguien, un vecino, entregó este papel formal quejándose de eso.
Lo que pasa es que estábamos haciendo tesis a ver en qué parte queda bien.
La
Entonces lo
iluminaria,
subimos y bajamos, lo movimos de un lado al
a la
otro
iluminaria se refiere.
sí, para poder hacer el canal que dijo que era el inspector y para poder hacer el cemento.
Okay. So he was saying, yeah, that they're working on the pole and the light, but that's something by the building department that requested.
Yeah, oh, no, yeah. So, just wanted to make sure that you're, basically want to slow down, to make sure that you're aware that people are still watching and we got to get everything in compliance. That's why we're gonna stay on it. That's basically what I wanted to make sure he's aware of.
So that he's aware.
That he's aware that people that they're.
No,
that-
that's
yeah.
pretty much what I.
Okay.
Explained, yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah.
Good?
I'm good.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go. Next, I'm gonna bring here, that's the backside of the complaint. Is something that we did look for, which was the determination from the Department of Public Works, Wilbur Duran up in Public Works is their permitting engineer for driveways and impervious surface. And so basically, the property owner submitted a survey. And I invited Public Works to take a quick look at it. My initial concern of the driveway location in relation to the street corner was actually okay, or it should be okay. The problem lies in the amount of rocks and hard surface that was put down and triggers a drain analysis. So that we haven't been able to connect with us, Public Works, and the property owner to go over exactly what's needed. Because a storm drain, a drainage analysis, that could get complicated and unfortunately pricey. So, but go ahead.
What is it? I don't understand. 50, 10, 4, 2, and 1. Wouldn't 50% take care of 10, 4, 2, and 1?
Well, I think it's different depending on. So, from what I understand, and even this is complicated for me, this is why we send these things up to them, is there's different requirements for each. So like if you have the area where there's 1% chance, you have to mitigate it this way. It's different for each percentage. So
you gotta do all 4.
right, so it's like a ring, if you will.
Okay.
So some may overlap. I've learned that some may overlap, but not all of them. And that's what you present the analysis for, and they check off. Like if you do a list of each one, it'll come out to 50 things, but some will overlap, so they'll take it down to like 10.
Okay,
That's
just
all these years.
irrelevant, but it was interesting. Okay.
So basically, what I also want the property owner to know is because of this, I'm requesting an extension or a continuance, I should say. Because did I give you the sheet there, or did it get stuck here? No, I do not have it. That it.
Do you want me to explain to him the?
Yeah, if you want to do
The comments from
Public
from
Works,
Public Works.
and then that if he can come in next week, we'll get into detail about it.
No sé si se acuerda que en la última reunión lo que iba a pasar era que estábamos esperando la respuesta de ingeniería. Ingeniería nos contestó esto, que es básicamente que por la cantidad de piedra que se agregó se va a necesitar un análisis, un reporte de drenado, creo que se dice, drainage, que es como drenaría el agua para los costados. Eso es un cálculo que ellos tienen a partir de cierta cantidad de superficie que se agrega, se necesita ese reporte de un ingeniero.
Pero yo le puse la piedra, pero no está mucho y no tiene para dónde ir el agua.
Lamentablemente eso es algo que nosotros no estamos capacitados para analizar, es algo que viene del departamento de ingeniería. Entonces cualquier cuestión o cosa que tenga que discutir con ellos va a ser específicamente con ellos, pues nosotros no somos los que analizamos ese reporte. O sea que si usted le quiere explicar eso, sería directamente con ellos. Déjeme leer un segundo. So this is gonna be an application, right? To
With them,
along
yes.
the drainage report, not
Correct.
just the drainage report.
So
It's
the
an
application is
After
for,
the fact, driveway permit. pretty
right,
much.
and then
Okay.
with that is gonna be the stormwater.
Básicamente lo que necesita hacer es obtener un permiso con el departamento de ingeniería para hacer lo que ya hizo, que lo debería haber obtenido antes de hacerlo. O sea, es un permiso retroactivo, digamos, de algo que ya hizo. Cuando vaya a ingeniería a empezar el proceso, le van a dar la aplicación y le van a pedir eso. Le van a pedir el análisis de drenado.
Un ingeniero.
Exacto.
Y yo tengo que llevar al ingeniero.
Eso es a cuenta de usted, digamos, exacto, de a quién quiere contratar para que le haga el reporte. And
You tell them that.
can,
Okay, go ahead.
are we gonna give him a copy of this letter so he knows what he needs to request, or should he
Well, I mean,
directly go to
If you
DPW?
go to DPW, I'm more than happy to give him a copy of this email. That's
I'm
no
just saying,
problem.
because if he just goes with his address, they'll know,
Yeah,
where he's
that's why,
standing right now.
they copied.
they'll cross-reference with the.
Right, yeah,
correspondence. Okay,
and
that's
I'll give them a copy too, that's not
I
a
just
problem.
wanted to make sure that
Yeah.
they're gonna be aware of.
Yeah, they'll be aware of it, yeah,
Okay.
they know, Wilbur knows, even though he's on vacation this next.
So
week.
pretty much his next step is to go to DPW to apply for a driveway permit,
Right,
and after the fact that.
right, and that's why I wanted to come in next week, we'll go over the deck and everything else.
Okay.
What we need to do, but his big hurdle right now is.
Eso va a ser lo más importante, que por eso
Ujú.
John ahora va a pedir una extensión para que usted tenga tiempo de hacer eso, right? That's
Yeah,
what
I'm looking for an extension
they
today,
extend, that's
and then,
extension for him to allow him to.
and it's gonna be, well, it's gonna be his decision. If he wants to proceed, because the only option if he doesn't want to, or is unable to fulfill the requirements of Public Works. Then the only thing he could do is remove everything down to a point where it falls out of their jurisdiction.
La otra opción que tiene es remover la cantidad de piedra, supongamos, no sé, I don't know what the trigger or.
Oh, I
the
don't-
threshold is. But some numbers. Dependiendo, supongamos que cierta cantidad de pies cuadrados, supongamos que 50 pies cuadrados es lo que hace que necesita el reporte, y usted puso 55, entonces si saca 10 y quedan 45 pies cuadrados, eso haría que no necesite entregar el reporte del drenado. Esa sería la otra opción si usted no puede conseguir ese reporte o no quiere contratar un ingeniero. La otra opción sería remover porción o a cierta cantidad de área del driveway para poder estar por debajo de este número.
Eso está mucha cantidad, porque tiene 8 pies para entrar y solo así.
Esos son datos técnicos que no sabemos, porque eso se lo va a tener que preguntar a ellos, para que le digan cuánto es el número que tiene que estar por debajo.
Ajá.
Es
Está bien. ¿Y cuándo puedo preguntarlo eso? ¿Mañana?
He can go to DPW at any time, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah,
Sí,
absolutely,
en cualquier
yeah.
momento puede ir. Es el 225 en el segundo piso.
Y ver un ingeniero ahí. Ellos
Exacto.
tienen, ¿no?
Exacto, y le van a poder decir, okay, did he submit a survey? He did, right?
Yeah, he did submit it to us, actually, you know what, here, I can help him out, I know.
So with that survey, they'll be able to precisely tell him how much square footage he would have to remove to be under that threshold, right?
Right,
Okay.
I just wanna make sure I was, here, you know, this is an extra, so you wanna bring this. Well, that's an extra copy, I have what I need here for this.
Así que si va con eso, le van a poder decir, si saca tanto, no va a necesitar el reporte y tal vez todo sea más fácil y menos costoso.
Okay.
Para
Porque yo no lo cabe nada, solo lo tiré la piedra porque removieron la tierra de debajo del deck. Nada más.
Yeah, he's
cuando
just getting
acaba-
into technicalities of how he installed this stone, but I don't think that
That's all.
makes that's something that they need to determine. Y eso va a ser todo con ellos, ¿no? Nosotros no sabemos realmente cómo es que lo determinan.
Ok, yo lo llevo esto y lo digo a ellos.
Y le pregunta más que nada cuánto tendría que sacar para no necesitar el análisis de drenaje,
Okay.
de drenado, creo.
Yeah, that's all I have. Okay. So. We got their.
I would like to know what he's done since last time.
Well, he submitted a survey with the amount of impervious surface, which is what we need, showing the driveway entrance. But we were also waiting for, once we got that, for Public Works' determination, and we just got that.
Just got that, okay, so he needs more time.
He does, yeah, and the other issue is Wilbur, who issued this, he actually on honeymoon for 2 weeks, so he's out for a little bit. You know, these guys taking vacations, how are they? How they get married? How are they?
But meantime, what's happening with the neighbors?
Well,
Well,
again,
still ongoing.
it's ongoing, but I think what I wanted to show this is that their point of contention isn't necessarily the fact that the driveway and the surface is there. It's the activity and.
I understand all
Yeah.
that, but this is not making for good relations with your neighbors. When you keep pushing on this. Is there any ability to just stop this while we
Él lo que está preocupado es por la situación que se está generando con sus vecinos, más allá de que no caiga sobre nuestra jurisdicción, no le parece que sería lo mejor seguir creando alguna tensión con sus vecinos que pueda generar más problemas, más allá de que no tenga que ver con este caso específicamente. Pero tal vez lo mejor sería tratar de disminuir o de escalar la situación con sus vecinos para que no se siga generando más presión sobre nosotros también, que hace que tengamos que ejercer esa presión sobre usted.
Sí, lo que pasa es que tenía un cumpleaños de mi hija y como era a las 2 de la tarde y ellos no querían que ponga música y no sé por qué no le gusta la música.
Okay.
Y como siempre nosotros hacemos con el payasito en el cumpleaños y ellos a las 2 de la tarde vinieron que querían que apague la música.
Pero ese fue el único
Sí.
altercado que tuvo.
Sí,
So he's saying that he only recalls one day that they were celebrating his daughter's birthday at 2 p.m. ¿A qué día era?
domingo.
On a Sunday, and that they were playing music, and that's the only time that he had an argument with a neighbor. But according to him, that's the only time that.
One of these volleyball games played every Friday, Saturday and Sunday.
Y con respecto a los partidos de vóley,
Yo se viene de mi familia, pero nunca hacemos bulla, eso está lejos de los vecinos. No está, no
porque
está
de eso es de
pegado.
lo que se están quejando los vecinos principalmente.
Ujú.
Dicen que hay,
Games are played every Friday, Saturday.
dice que todos los viernes, sábados y domingos, y que hay muchos autos, y que dura hasta tarde en la noche.
Hasta las 10 que prendimos la luz, nada más, después lo apagamos la luz. Pero
Okay.
los domingos es más temprano, la 8. Y el domingo casi no juega.
Mire, yo la verdad no sabría, estas son todas cuestiones que se suele ocupar la policía, no nosotros.
Sí, la policía dijo que,
Por eso.
que no, ellos nos dieron las 10 de la noche y lo apagan la luz.
Por eso, yo no es mi jurisdicción ni mi conocimiento decirle si lo que está haciendo, porque eso tiene que haber un reporte policial y el oficial de policía va a ser el que sabe si está haciendo algo malo o no.
Ujú.
Nosotros solo le recomendaríamos que trate de cumplir con todas las normas y reglas para evitar cualquier problema, porque si no vamos a seguir recibiendo quejas y
Ok.
vamos a estar constantemente mirando su propiedad y no le sirve ni a usted ni a nosotros generar un problema que tenga que venir aquí a dar explicaciones.
Ujú.
Entonces, si usted trata de evitar ciertas horas y mantener el volumen a cierto grado,
Solo ese día que pusimos música porque era el cumpleaños, después no
Claro.
se pone música nada ahí.
pero bueno, por eso, si va a invitar gente a su casa, que sus amigos traten de respetar a los vecinos y sepan y que estén al tanto de que está teniendo un problema con ellos.
Ok.
So I just explained that it's really not our jurisdiction, that most of these problems are up to the police and whoever created the report or the officer that was on site. And whatever they noticed, they probably notified them, but I was just telling them that we recommend only as a recommendation to try to de-escalate the situation and not create any more tensions, because it's not only gonna create more reports or complaints on us, then we just keep looking at the property and finding more things, and then it doesn't work for him or us, so.
If I'll make one last suggestion, is that it would be good for him and for us as well, because if we at least as quickly as possible get everything resolved with us and Public Works, then when the neighbors do complain, we can say, look, we've done everything, the property owners
Right.
responded and done this. And then, at that point, we can say, hey, we're done, it's just the police department, you gotta take it up with them.
Right. Entonces él lo que está diciendo es que en cuanto, porque en esta instancia el único problema que está teniendo es lo que ya sabe con nosotros, que es
Ujú.
el driveway, el deck, y una vez que eso está resuelto, con nosotros no tendría ningún otro problema. Entonces cada vez que nosotros recibamos una queja de algún vecino, usted ya va a estar básicamente resuelto con nosotros, porque no vamos a tener ningún problema. Entonces lo único que nos va a quedar es decirles, con los únicos que se puede quejar es con el departamento de policía, porque con nosotros el propietario ya resolvió todos los problemas y se ocupó de lo que le indicamos que tenía que resolver.
Ujú.
Entonces, básicamente, cuanto antes resolvamos esto,
Sí, porque ese día, cuando estaba, lo llamaron a la policía a las 2 de la tarde. Y la policía dijo que no hay problema, tiene que estar hasta las 8 de la noche los domingos. Con la
claro,
música. Y ustedes pueden poner la música dentro de su propiedad. Y ellos vinieron a gritar de la calle que no querían escuchar música.
ok.
Eso fue aquel día que la policía llegó.
No,
y
por
dijo
eso,
que
si
no.
usted habló con la policía determinó que no había ningún problema,
Ujú.
eso no nos tiene por qué dar explicaciones a nosotros. Solo les dábamos un consejo para tratar de llevarse bien con todos sus vecinos.
Sí, está bien.
But he said that, yeah, the police that day determined that he was allowed to keep playing the music until 8 p.m. and as long as that was done on their property, that shouldn't be a problem. But I'm not sure, because that's really not something that we can ask for, or we should be
Right.
looking at the police report or anything.
Okay, we can't stop him from this, but I can be fining him. I can give him time. But the more the neighbors complain, the more pressure it is for the city to get this stopped. I could be running a fine every day. Right now, I'm not fining him, I'm continuing it. But if we keep getting this,
It's something that it's
although I don't,
considered,
I can't stop him, but he's got to understand how I'm gonna feel about it.
right? Entonces, nosotros de nuevo, no tenemos jurisdicción sobre esos temas, pero el criterio y como nosotros vemos el caso también cambia a partir de la cantidad de quejas que recibamos, porque termina siendo de alguna manera su palabra contra lo de los vecinos, y si nosotros recibimos muchas quejas de otros vecinos, entonces si la semana que viene recibimos otra queja, lo que está explicando es que la única herramienta que tenemos es multarlo por las cosas que sí tenemos jurisdicción. Entonces, al cambiar el criterio, porque usted está actuando de una manera tal vez no muy amigable con sus vecinos, o no sabemos realmente por qué está teniendo los problemas, tal vez usted está en lo correcto y no está haciendo nada malo, pero nosotros las quejas las estamos recibiendo. Y solo nos podemos basar en las quejas que recibimos.
Okay.
Entonces, lo que quiere decir es que cuanto usted más considerado sea, nosotros también lo vamos a hacer. So I explained pretty much that those reports or those complaints are really not under our jurisdiction, but do make a difference on our criteria on how we look at the case. Because it's something that it's our only tool that we have to enforce upon the violations that fall under zoning.
I can want police called.
Right.
Yeah, no one police called, exactly, yeah, that's
Exactly.
the idea.
That's, that'll affect me if that's happening.
Básicamente lo que está diciendo es que lo que debería evitar es tener que interactuar con la policía. Eso debería ser algo que debería tratar de que no suceda.
Okay, all right.
Y él dijo que no le va a poner ninguna multa hoy, pero que la próxima vez, para la próxima reunión, si seguimos recibiendo quejas, eso es algo que va a tener que rever.
Violation continues. No fine at this time. Hoping, I'm just gonna put hoping that neighbors are. I'll just write assuaged for no other reason. It's good for now. And at some point, when he's all in compliance, then there's nothing they can do. I'm gonna continue this, how long?
Yeah, I gotta get to public works, we got, well, we just gotta get him to public and get our permits, so how about? Well, we only have 2 things in November, so how about November?
Okay.
That's 16th.
November 16th. Yeah,
We have
so
2
we
items.
already got that one, yeah.
Yeah, we only have 2 items on there right now, so.
Ese es el día que tiene que volver, noviembre 16.
Okay.
I'm giving you oral notice today. All right,
11 de 16.
La misma hora, ¿no?
Same time, right?
Same time, yeah. No,
Las 3 de
I
la
think
tarde.
he gets it by now. And that's it, we're good to go.
All right.
Yo voy a venir a ver esto mañana.
Perfecto. En el segundo piso, el cuarto 225.
Ok.
Yeah, if Public Works needs anything, they can call me and I'll.
Y si tienen alguna pregunta, le puede decir que está trabajando con John y se pueden comunicar con él.
Ok.
Hasta luego, que
Thank you.
tengan un buen día.
Thank you.
Hasta luego.
Thank you, Josh.
All right.
You're ready to go home.
All right. I think I still gotta finish up some
Appreciate it.
stuff over there.
Okay, fair enough. I had work.
That's it.
All right, thank you.
Alright, I'll take, yeah, I'll do a little on that, sir.
So you do have an envelope for that.
This, I made an extra one last time. Every now and again, when I do make a mistake, it turns out beneficial later. That doesn't happen often.
You don't make that many mistakes.
You'd be surprised, it's just what.
Well, I'm on the record, so I'm saying.
I appreciate that, but I think the good people in Norwalk know what they're dealing with here.
I think it says someone's raising their hand.
Yeah, that's, they're, I know who they're here for, they're for 7 Nob Hill, but they're after you, which I believe is 133 Lexington.
Yes.
Gotcha, okay. So we will, oh wait, we do. How many more people do we get in here? Hang on. Stevens, we are, wait a minute, it's frozen. Uh-oh. That's not good. You know what, I'm gonna exit out of this really quick. I'm gonna come up for now while you're here, why not?
Sure.
Let me just see here real quick. Uh-oh. Let's see here, stop share screen, let's stop that. Let's do that. Can I do this now? Let's see. Oh, there we go, got it. Promote the panelist, yes. Roberta, is that you there? Uh-oh, can't hear you, Roberta, hang on, hang on. Let's see here. Attendees. Analysts. Roberta, can you unmute yourself? There we go. Okay, now I think we're cooking.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm here.
All right, Roberta, you got one more before you right here, so I just want to hang out for a second and then we'll get you on.
Okay.
All right, I'll have your request to be unmuted in a few minutes. And let's see here. Stephen and Lou, you guys, what address are you guys interested in? If that matters to anybody. I don't know. Keep going on. I know these two. It's not. All right, so we'll go to, we gotta do share screen again, so let's do this. Do share screen, and we'll do. Gotta be this one here. No one left. No? That one? Hey, look at that. All right. Look at that. All right. 133 Lexington. There we go. There's that. Nope. Okay, 1, 2, there we go. All right. All right, so last time we were, oh, wait, sorry. We have a representative here of the property owner. If you would want to do the swearing in or introductions or however you want to do that.
What's your name for the record?
Good afternoon, Hugo Gonzalez.
And raise your right hand, please. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
And who are you? You're Jose,
Jose is my father.
and you are, I'm sorry, who?
Hugo Gonzalez. Yeah, my son's son.
Okay, so you're representing Gonzalez Landscape.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go from there.
All right. All right, so the last time we were here on this matter was August 30th, noticing a pattern here. And last time we were here, there was oral notice given to, I think Jose was here last time. And we had a contingent fine, not assessed, but a contingent of $1,000 for progress to remove storage and activity at the property. This is a non-permitted illegal contractor storage yard.
Okay.
And we'll roll down here. So first set of photos is from September 15th. Went back 2 weeks afterwards to see how things were progressing. And it is better. The gate was open, so one of two things was happening. It was either stuff was being removed or day-to-day activities. One of the two, can't tell in those pictures, but it does look good in there compared to what it used to be.
Any objections to those pictures?
On the 15th, no objections.
Okay, it's full exhibit.
All right, that's photo 2 there for folks at home. We'll scroll down on the 20th, which was just yesterday. Jose sent me an email saying that we removed all construction trucks and the yard is cleared. Is it necessary to attend? It's always necessary to attend. We like having people here. So I went by at the request of Mr. Gonzalez. Well, not the request, but he told me it was clean, so I'm like, I gotta go check this out for myself. So went this morning, this was at approximately 11 o'clock. We have one piece of equipment and some broken asphalt still in the back and small pile of material way in the back and a container. So by definition, our strictest black and white definition, there's still aspects of a contractor's yard there.
Any objection here? That claims that's today.
That is.
No objections.
Okay.
And just as a refresher to give maybe an idea of what it looked like as compared from September 15th and the 21st. I have a photo here of what the property looked like back in June when we first started. Back in June, there was several trucks, excavator, a lot of equipment, and so there is. I don't say this often, I will admit there is progress. There is much reduced from last time. And again, a quick refresher on this one. This is that funky property that has 4 zones on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, and not by any doing of anybody of Jose or anything like that. That is actually a bit of a mess up on the city's end.
Okay.
And I will admit to the record that once this is resolved, I'm gonna have Jose come on in. If you want to come in as well, you can.
Okay.
To talk with myself and the planners here to see exactly what you can do with the property, because as of right now, that section of property that has 4 zones, can't do anything with it. Can't build on it, can't use it, nothing. So the zone would have to be changed. And we can help him with that.
Okay.
There's some restrictions that we would need, but we'd have to meet on that.
Okay. Sure.
So my standing with this is, while there's been substantial progress, there's still a few things that need to be removed. You know, I'm willing to give a little time for that. Jose said he was gonna move stuff, he did,
Yeah.
so that's fine, just a little small item still left.
Okay. If I may add.
Sure, absolutely.
When he told me to come in, he told me to obviously let you guys know in case it was asked.
Yeah.
The pile of well, in this picture, that's gravel, I believe.
Yeah.
That's gonna be removed. We were just waiting on our own machinery to be available so that we can just get in there and just clean up the area.
Okay.
I'll also have this asphalt disposed of accordingly.
That's a good thing.
Yes, and as for these machineries that are
So this guy,
this is the most recent one.
oh, get down to that one, yeah. Here we
Yeah,
go.
the one from this morning.
Yeah, here you go, this guy right there, yeah.
Well, we'll get that removed. Everything will get removed.
Yeah.
The pile of crushed stone that's in the back and the asphalt, it can be removed within the week.
That's fine, that's great.
I'll talk to him and mention the trailer. So you said that's something that you're gonna
Well,
want us to remove as well?
See, the problem is, it's in one of the zones, it's allowed. But there's no way you guys would ever be able to figure out exactly precisely where that is. On the other 3 zones that are on the property, it's not allowed.
Okay,
So it, to me, being your best interest to remove it,
just run with all together.
you know, but if that is the one sticking point that you just somehow can't get rid of or something like that, we'll work with you. We'll work on that. I
Okay,
think the idea was that the neighbors initially complained because I guess there's a few new neighbors in back on Terry Lane and Meadow Street Extension.
Mhm.
They didn't just get this one, they got the guy that's on the Meadow Street Extension right on top of the hill there.
okay,
And the one to the immediate right, I got files on them too.
yeah, they're, I don't know, if it's a pool company or whatever, but
Yeah.
I know it.
They got everybody, so.
Okay, got it.
If we can get the day-to-day activity ceased and 95% of the stuff out, I will tell the property owner that if there's just one thing here, be like, look, we're working on it, but day-to-day activity has stopped as you basically requested. And it's not-
Yeah, that should be all taken care of. We got, in the first picture from June, all these trucks are
Yeah,
removed,
they're
so
gone.
that won't be an issue, day-to-day activity, so no complaint from the neighbors in terms of noise or whatever.
Exactly, that's it.
And yeah, like I said, within the week, we'll have the pile of asphalt and the gravel that's in the back removed.
Okay.
I just gotta find room for this last machine.
Sure.
That'll be taken care of, and
Yeah.
my father said he'll contact you
Yeah,
potentially tomorrow. But
That's
if there's a day or time that you wanna
yeah, I was,
have him come in,
I thought, I didn't expect you to be here, I was gonna expect him.
then
But
expect you there.
I'll shoot him an email to meet maybe sometime next week to go after, go over the future of the property.
Yeah, no problem.
So I'll give him an email on that.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, my phone's still hearing, I'm sure I'm kind of leaving in limbo here.
That's fine. Guys are getting along fine. Here's the only concern I have where he's saying he's removed and the yard is cleared. He thinks it's all done. It's not.
He believes that there's progress done for sure,
No,
but
I'm
he is
not questioning progress.
yeah, but he is aware that the job isn't completely finished, only because, of course, the asphalt and the pile of gravel.
Okay.
I can't speak for him directly, but I believe
I just don't want him to think
he should have worded it
he's
clear.
finished. Okay,
Yeah.
he's still got a violation going.
Small, yeah,
Yes.
it's better than it was, much better.
Oh, I'm not saying that. So what did I say last time?
Oh, that they very good. Yeah. Yep,
Violation continuing fine of $1,000. Okay, so violation continues. Continues. Contingent fine rescinded. Due to progress. Contingent fine of $1,000 assessed. For the next hearing. To continue progress. When's the next hearing?
we have one in October, let me just get the calendar in front of me here. I believe with the 12, quick turnaround, the 12th.
Maybe too soon. Give me more time.
Well, we only have as of now, only 3 items on that November 16th hearing.
Not too soon for him to get everything done.
Yeah, I mean, we could schedule something in between. We don't have anything.
No, I'm asking when he.
Oh, when do you, yeah,
October 16th, today's the 20th. I think just to finish up the time details, I think that could be fine, but if we were to need more time, could we request?
How much time you need?
I think the
Give
November
yourself
16th,
a comfortable number.
the November 16th date is a better day.
Okay. Continued. To November 16th. I'm giving you oral notice right now.
save us a stamp.
Yeah.
You're
There you
on,
go.
you're on for November 16th and
Well, and
keep going.
yeah, and then hopefully everything's done, we'll come back, get everything taken off and we'll be good to go.
Okay, yeah, and I'll mention everything that was talked about today. Maybe you guys can touch base on the trailer tomorrow.
Yeah, we can do that too, yeah.
See if there's somewhere, maybe have a solution, you just didn't mention the.
Yeah, no, that's fine, and I'll double back on everything just to make sure that he's aware of everything as well.
Sure.
And we'll be meeting next week anyway, so I'll go over everything too.
Okay, very good.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right, last question, Is there a fee that was assessed despite the progress or not?
No,
I waived it.
Oh, very good,
No.
thank you, sir.
basically, the thousand that was placed for today is gone.
Okay.
The new thousand's on for next time to make sure it's cleaned up. If it's cleaned up, then
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good, thank you guys, thank you for your
you
time.
got it. Thank you. 21, 16.
Only done half the agenda.
I think there's only Mrs. Smith is left and the rest of the people. I don't think they're showing up, to be honest with you.
Do something.
Well, it's all do something with them, but we'll. Oh, boy, you got me scared. I thought it was like 5:30.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's 4:30.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was, I got scared for a second. Like,
Oh,
what?
okay, we're off. We're fine.
Okay, we can get this knocked out pretty good, I think. You know, let me get my life together here. So how our meeting turns out with that one at the with the divided zones. Cause we sent a little letter up to the corporation council, what we should do. I'm all for it, but. Others aren't. I say that we make the application for them because it's sitting messed up. Because we make.
You're on the record.
I know. I'm just saying, that's interested to see where it goes. I've never, we're 16 years, I never had something like that. I'd be on for a little bit. And let's get. Yes. And. Okay, let's see here. And let's get rid of this real quick. Whoop. There we go. Roberta, can you hear me? Gotta unmute. There we
There.
go. Okay.
Oh, okay.
If you can run quick, Greg, you can get through. Go ahead, buddy. There you go. Don't blame me, blame Steve's gonna one that's gonna want to hear that. Okay, Roberta, thank you. Let me go put that there. And so for those of us following along at home, this is number 7 Knob Hill.
Right.
Overs, take it away.
Ma'am, state your name for the record, please.
Roberta Smith.
And raise your right hand for me.
Yes.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Put your hand in.
Hey, all right. So, real quick, it's gonna be, I got quick presentations today. This is great.
I'm so impressed.
No, don't be that impressed. So last time we were here was August 2nd. And I'm gonna scroll down here. The violation was continued. This is work without permits, so we're looking to get permits wrapped up. That's why the violation continues.
Yes, yeah, I did. It was
Oh.
just a,
We'll
it
get
was-
there, Roberta. Hang on, we'll get there.
Oh.
We got to, you get all my spiel out of the way, and then it's your.
oh, sure.
A contingent, not assessed fine, don't want the assessed word for you there. Contingent fine of $10,000 was placed to ensure progress by today.
Right.
And notice was needed. And this is the end of the, there we go. So I was going to be sending notice, however, Roberta was very kind and sent me an email outlining progress
Mhm.
with the building department, and also mentioned that we will be available for the 21st. So
Right.
save me Constable Bondi $60, which I appreciate there, Roberta.
Huh.
So basically, the email there was to say that she was working with Inspector Zeiss in the building department to get the permits squared away for the last bit of plumbing that needed to be done. And to arrange.
Which I have. I have the permit.
Hang on, Roberta, hang on.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I got a lot to go, so don't
Oh my, okay.
grab some popcorn. So basically, I'll just skip to the crux of it here to save a little time for everybody. Here is the plumbing permit, which is the documentation that is as solid as you're gonna get for proof that building permits were pulled.
Right.
They're actually starting to put these on our database now, so I can print these out for our, this is beautiful. So this here was for the installation of a bar sink, which was, we did approve with the initial approval. And so basically, building department has to go close this out. This was issued on the 15th of this month. So once Paul has his inspection, he's going to notify the property owner to contact our office, specifically Josh, to do the final inspection on our end. As long as that's done in a timely manner, we're good. I don't have any, I have no issues with what's been going on so far. Obviously, like anything else, we want to get things done as quick as possible, but you know, we are going in the, let's say, right direction.
You satisfied that she's?
Yeah, that they are making that. I verified with Paul that they are in
Okay.
conversation. It's just a matter of getting things squared away.
This is,
Yes,
this is 30,000, this is,
that was up to that day.
when was this? Can't be that much more that bad.
And I was going to, let me read my email. Hang on, let me read. I'll be completely honest, I probably just read the wrong assessment form, so that would be on me, but actually that's smaller numbers, that's not terrible, is it? For them anyway.
Yeah, it's okay, so, all right, so here we are. I'm just gonna say.
Virtual or,
Yeah, virtual,
there you go.
just for the record.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so. Violation continues. But good progress. Contingent fine of $10,000 remains contingent pending next hearing. Is that?
So that's fair.
Now, when another hearing?
Because I'm just, the reason I'm thinking this, because I am out next week.
Let's gonna have it next week anyway.
We'll have it next week anyhow, so. Want to make it a 4th or 5th item on November?
Madam, how much time do you need? for the next
I
hearing?
don't need any more time. We're done. We're
Well,
done.
what you need to, has Paul come out and done his final inspection yet?
No,
Okay, that's,
except for that, the
Yeah.
final walkthrough, I guess you call
right,
it.
that's, just so you're aware, when we say when things are done, it's when all inspectors and departments have their sign offs. So that's when we say it's done. So the work may be done, but in the city's eyes, it's when the
She
paperwork.
doesn't have anything to do, is what you're saying.
She just has to arrange the inspections with building to get them out there and then us.
Okay, so how are we gonna make that happen? What's it gonna take?
So let's see, Roberta.
Yeah,
Paul a call, tomorrow or just sometime this week to arrange your final walkthrough?
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be you.
Oh, no, and Paul's gotta go first because he's gotta close out this permit.
Right, okay,
And
well,
then once he goes out, then we go out.
right, okay, well, okay, I sent him a picture. It's a picture,
If that's all he wants, he has to give you the okay that you passed.
oh, I see.
That's so he can email you that, he can do whatever is better for him, he can call me, he can email me, that's fine. And then once you get his final blessing, his final okay, then our compliance inspector, which will probably be my friend Josh, who was here earlier, will probably end up doing the inspection.
Oh, is he Spanish?
Yes. Argentine.
Josh, okay. All
So
right,
first things
so,
first, make sure Paul is all set, and if he is, relay that information to me. And then we can
Paul.
get Josh out there.
okay, you said, oh, Paul, excuse me, Paul Zeiss, all right,
Yes.
I forgot his first name. Yeah, he said, instead, okay. He said,
Let me know when he's all set, so
I will.
let's play it safe. Let's go to
Okay,
let's go to November. And just, if everything is closed out and done, then we'll just have to come back and address the contingent fine. That's, works for you?
Yeah, that works for me.
Perfect.
November what date?
16.
Madam, I'm giving you notice now for November 16th. Going to have the next hearing. So you can attend the way you are tonight if that works.
when you say next hearing, we're gonna have the final inspection date.
Right,
Or-
so to close any file that the hearing officer is ruling on,
Yeah,
there has to be a last hearing where he actually writes on a piece of paper that the file is closed.
yeah, right.
So that would be, hopefully, that will be the 16th of November.
Yeah. All right, and who, okay, so after Paul has to confirm, has to take a look at it,
Right, correct.
okay, because he asked me to send him a picture.
That might be his way of doing it. Leave it totally up to him.
Yeah, because he was pretty busy, so
Oh,
I
he's a
sent
busy
him,
guy, I know.
I can send you what I sent him. I
No,
sent him,
I wanted to get what Paul has to close it out. So when he's
okay,
set,
okay.
let me know, and then we'll do our inspection.
Paul to close it out. And as soon as he does close it out, we already paid and everything, then we set up an appointment with Josh.
Correct.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
All right.
okay. All right. And
All
how
right,
do I get a hold of Josh?
You call our office. If I knew the number offhand, I forgot. I'll shoot you an email with it tomorrow.
Okay.
Or you can
You
look up
mean-
online too. It's there, our main line.
Well, I call City Hall and they connect me.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Roberta, appreciate you stopping by.
Okay, thank you.
Take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, let's get that out of there. Whoop, that's down there.
There we go, okay.
And we'll, let's see, who's stop share. There we go. Okay. So long as there's these two, Lou and Steve. This one. Steve, hey, Lou, Steve, are you guys interested in anything here? No. Let me see if I can unmute him. Maybe just. Oh, hey Lou.
Hey, I was just paying attention to the process. I want to be on another meeting tonight. I just wanted to see how it goes.
Oh, okay, Lou. Hey, no, good to hear from you. I haven't heard from you in a while.
I don't ever get to see you anymore. You hide in the back. I never see you.
Oh, that, they do that to make sure they put a good face forward in the public.
No,
All
I'm
right,
really,
Lou, I just want to
Thank
make sure you didn't have anything you were, wanted to be in on.
no, thank you. I'm glad everything's working for my next meeting.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lou. And let's see, I'll do. Oh. Steve, if you're there and you want to comment on anything, now's your time. Yeah, all right. Oh, moving on. All right, let's get the share screen back up so we can keep on moseying here. And take these. That. That's today's. Lou, you're still on the mic, just to give you a heads up.
Oh, sorry, I yawned.
No worries.
And I know Steve is just listening the same way. We're going to be on
Oh,
another
okay.
hearing tonight.
Sounds good. So yeah, just want to mute yourself there in case you do decide to do karaoke and you don't want the public to know about it.
No, thank you very much. I'll put myself on mute.
No problem. Let's see. So that goes here. There we go. All right. So I don't think anybody else is here or they're going to be here, so we can proceed. These all have notice of some sort, except for two of them, but there's a good reason why they don't have notice and they're on the agenda. So if you just want to start from the top, we'll do I guess we'll do 34 Burritt.
Okay.
All right. This is a fun one. Been around for a while, but at least I think it's fun. Here's the previous decision form, all the way back in May. I don't know, continue things that long, but. So we have back in May, we continued this to today. This is the one on Bird Avenue that has here's my memo, sorry. For the folks at home, since we do have a small audience, this was a property on Bird Avenue where they went ahead and did another work without permits. They basically dug out the hillside in front of the house and they finished the basement, put a parking space in the front, and now they have a 3-story building. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, you want, I can toss it on here. It's easy. If you want, maybe for the folks at home as well. Yeah, why not? So we're gonna stop sharing on this one. And we're gonna go to share screen. I have Google up and you'll notice it pretty quickly. Whoa. Oh, come on now. And maps. There we go. And 34 Burritt's down here. It's like I've been working here too long. I don't need to type it in anymore. I actually know where streets are, shockingly. Let's see here. Burritt Ave. This is up here. 34 right there. Now we're gonna drop it in. Right there. There you go.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Yeah, that's impressive. That was all done without permits. You just say the building department found that pretty quick. Well, it's relatively quick. I mean, they didn't catch it early on, but so basically the idea is because we can't approve this over the counter because of the number of stories, they had to go to seek ZBA relief. No, forgive me, variance is the classic term. And so let me go stop share on this one and go back to my other screen here. So they were scheduled for a ZBA hearing on in July. And I'll present that here, July 21st. There's a couple of things I highlighted. First, and I'll open this up for the hearing officer, that I'll save the details of the meeting, but. For the ZBA seemed to have some concern about. This, which is not their jurisdiction, I'll put that on the record, I don't care, not their jurisdiction. This concern about the structural integrity of the work around the house by digging out the soil and putting walls up and all that. Whatever, so. They allowed a continuance to the September meeting. Which I'll scroll down again here. That's on this page of the minutes. Right there. That continued to the September 15th meeting. Which wouldn't have been a problem for today either, because today's obviously the 21st. But there was a large problem with the meeting overall. The meeting was canceled due to a lack of a quorum. So everything from the September 15th has been kicked to October 20th. The only thing I will add for the hearing officer's reference, that the reason they did kick it was because they need to have that report by then. I can only guess what will happen if they do not have that by then. So even though we did not send the notice for today, I informed Attorney Lucas that we would continue to allow for the next hearing. Allow for the next ZBA hearing, because that's what we plan on doing anyway. It's not our fault they don't have a quorum for next hearing, so actually, I can look on the calendar and see what the
I
next.
think we need to do here.
Well, we're gonna continue it to our next hearing.
You're gonna have to send notice.
Yeah.
I don't have notice here today. Do I? Just need notice.
Well,
You have notice for today's hearing?
because I just talked to Attorney Thomas up here. I told him we were going to continue it. So,
I'll just continue it.
all right, we can do that, and I'll tell him we don't have anything waiting for him, but
You want me to write down? Continue due to no notice?
you can do that too, that's
I
fine,
can do that.
you can do that, continue to,
Contested,
and just continue to November, yeah.
continued to
It would have to be November
November what?
16th.
16th. No notice. Okay, but I still have, I was writing what we have here, so I need to look this up again.
Yeah.
Is it $500 fine?
We should have a long time ago.
Fine remains. Right, further fines. Will be considered. At the next hearing.
And hopefully by then.
There's nothing we can do.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that'll give them something to,
Yeah,
all right, that's okay.
well, Attorney Thomas will. He's on it, he even, like I said, he called up to.
So if they hang that on the door so that I can just show up and you find out the hearing's been canceled.
That actually, well, it has to go to the town clerk, the city clerk, online in the paper.
Well, but the people are scheduled to come, you can notify them?
On here, well,
No, before that.
well, no,
they show up.
in case of that,
Okay,
well, no, like, in this case, Attorney Thomas, Tammy called Attorney Thomas. told him she
okay,
can't, because he's the representative, so.
okay, that's good.
Now, in general, if they don't have representation, yeah, okay, well, that could be,
It should be cool.
that could be an issue, and you're right, you're right. On the flip side, you know, if I'm the cynical guy, I mean, we do send it to a lot of places that it is not there. And it is state statute,
I don't,
it's all state statute.
these are They're still our citizens, and they don't feel good when they get up and come here and they get seen not signing it.
Oh, no, yeah, I mean,
No
oh,
reason.
believe me, I think they do. Oh, no, I'm with you.
This mayor's gonna run again, doesn't want to be losing votes because of.
They're losing votes because of something I do, that's, or that's,
That's not you, I'm not talking about.
but it's, as I say, that's, that ain't good. That ain't good. Let's see, what's the next one? I might just do, all right, 10 Harris, I think that might be the next one in line.
That's what I got.
All right. So 10 Harris Street, we have. Well, another one, last time we were here was May 18th. Oh, yeah, I remember this one, okay. Okay, now I know. All right, so back on May 18th, $1,000 contingent fine. And need to have application for approvals and permits by 6/22. Now I remember what happened. The 6/22 meeting was canceled. And the deputy zoning inspector forgot to send notice to this individual. So he was not on the June 28th hearing, which was the subsequent one. And because again, the deputy zoning inspector can be absent-minded from time to time. Kind of left it to the back burner. But the property owner was good to his word, at least for zoning, and got a zoning approval. This one was, they converted a garage with no permits. They got our notice, and then they converted back to a garage, which was good, but you need permits for all that work, and they never got permits. So they came in, got the zoning approval. That's what's in front of us here on the screen. And I have a picture from September 15th, just to bring it home. The garage is there, yay, garage. So the problem lies, and why I had to do this here, send a notice for today's hearing via constable to the owner, Maria and Wilmer. And Maria accepted service. And Wilbur wasn't at home at the time. But Constable Bondi did deliver to the owner of record for today's hearing. And I'm just presenting, they still do not have a building permit. They have our approval. And our approval, in theory, is good for 6 months to get to the building department. We issued the permit. So the building department has it, and when we issue a permit, we bring it over to the building department. Building department, at least once, calls the property owner and say, hey, we have your zoning approval here, come down for your permits. How many times they try and call? Could be once, could be 10 times, doesn't matter. To me, they get it, and they do at least reach out once. So my contention is, we gotta get this done. We gotta get this squared away. The reason we need a permit is because A, there is structural work that went on. That's for the building department, but for us, we're gonna do a final inspection. Because, and I'll put this on record, as silly as this sounds, we've had multiple occasions where folks put up garage doors, but it's still living space or an apartment behind it. We need to get in to make sure that it was done. I'm not saying that would happen here. In fact, what the original space there wasn't an apartment, it was just an extra entertainment room, wasn't anything that malicious. But even still, that's not legal because they cannot provide the parking as of now. That may change, but as of now, they can't provide the parking in the rear. So this must be a garage. And the inspection confirms that it's a garage. So that's the issue. That's why it could be a garage back there. I don't know, but may not be.
So as far as we know, they're not in violation.
Well, I can't confirm that they are or they're not.
So
Because they don't, the method of doing that
Well,
is.
I understand, but how can I say to them, you're in violation if I don't have the evidence that shows? they're-
Well, the initial, if I may. The initial violation is. Sections 1420 E, F, and G. That is work without permits. An application, permit, or a certificate of zoning compliance.
Okay, so
And
those have not been done?
The last part, G, has not been done. Certificate of zoning compliance, that's when we do our inspection to.
Okay, so that's the violation.
Right. The only way to rectify that violation is via the inspection.
Okay, so we'll do that.
Oh, sorry, perfect.
Find notice, and, oh yeah, he's good. Okay. fine. It's called, don't tell me.
I won't.
Certificate. Certificate of zoning compliance. Still outstanding. Therefore. There is a violation. That way I can know what the hell's over there next time. Violation. What did I say this time? I said. No, contempt fine of. We actually fined them $1,000.
Is it an actual fine or contingent?
Oh, contingent, I'm sorry. I'm gonna continue that.
Okay.
Contingent. Fine. Of $1,000. Remains. Continued. To when?
You know what, let's, even though it's a short turnaround, let's see if when he gets that, I'll take a step further. I'll have Constable Bondi deliver that.
Okay.
And we'll do the, how about we do, the October 12th meeting hearing.
So it's,
The Constable Bondi deliver it later this week, early next week, and see if that gets a jump.
notes. Okay.
I would probably, I would hope that would. There we go. There. Here. Very good. I think we have one more left and,
I've got two showing.
uh-oh, which is,
I've got 340.
oh, yes, let's not do that one, that's fun, if Lou and Steve are still here, this would be a fun one for them to observe. Lou 349 Martin Luther King.
Thanks for the show, John.
No problem, Lou, I'm glad I can entertain somebody, this one's gonna be a fun one. And. All right. So here's the previous form. And like, I know you enjoyed the big fonts. There you go.
There you go, thank you.
No problem. Okay, so let's see here. Just get here. I appreciate that. There we go. Let's see. Okay. I didn't put that one on. That's. We're gonna have to do this a little bit the old fashioned way, but what I'll do is let me open this here. And. Hearing presentations, the second. Perfect, okay. I have it somewhere, good. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, the absent-minded zoning inspector just plumb forgot to make this presentation. So that's not a bad thing because I can do my law department approved speech. If anybody wishes to see any of these items, because they cannot be seen fully on the screen, they are available for view during walk-in hours at the planning and zoning office at request. So, But what I did bring up as well is I brought the previous presentation. Not much has changed since then. So, let me get the share screen. And we'll do that. There we go. Come on now. There we go. There we are. Okay. Got pictures here coming up. Maybe we might, but I'll go through that later. Okay. So the last time we were here was on August 2nd, and on August 2nd, we continued the matter of the illegal contractor storage yard being operated out on property. We continued that to today for progress to remove the violation. So the owner was not at the hearing, so we needed notice. And we have the hearing notice right here. Presenting to the hearing officer. Owner of record, John G. D'Antonio Sr. of 73 Winfield Street. And we have the constable's delivery receipt. Was brought to me on sometime in September 19th. So I submit that we have proper notice.
Okay, I'll find notice here.
Perfect. So now presenting to the hearing officer, I got two sets of photos. One from that I had September 15th. Three photos. The first photo showing a gate open to the yard. And as I'm driving by, looking into the yard, shows an excavator, large pile of material, a trailer. Clearly operational, given by the hue of the dirt that it was freshly moved. And also the last picture showing a pile of stone, a storage container, and a soil separator. Those are from September 15th. And another set of photos from this morning. First photo is again going by the entrance, showing the open gate. And a small dump truck and a pile of material at a distance. The next photo is looking through the open gate. Again, showing same excavator, pile of material, secondary pile of material, and a close-up of where the soil separator is in there. Yes, the soil separator is there. The third photo is through the fence. Now it's a screened fence, but it's a poorly screened fence. You can see all that's going on. Pile of stone and an excavator. Above said fence is also a commercial truck container. We do consider that a piece of contracting equipment. And last but not least, I drove through the parking lot of the adjacent property, which is Solno Fieldhouse, the soccer facility. And from there, looking towards the subject property, on the right-hand side, you have a large pile of fill and material, and you can see the orange excavator that was shown in the second photo. And as this for the folks at home that may want to see what this looks like a little bit, these were presented at the August 2nd hearing. And just to give an idea, the trailer that was observed on the 21st, observed today, in the same spot as it was back on July 27th. And a pile of stone. A little bit bigger back then, but that just means they probably used it. Piles of fill and material along the back of the property, back side. Again, this is a bit of a wider shot showing just all the piles of material. And our friends, the orange excavator and a soil separator. In this picture, there was a small bobcat. I don't know where that went today, but it wasn't there today. And a nice close-up shot through the opening of the gate to the orange excavator and large pile of fill adjacent to the field house. Phew. So. And as a friendly reminder, this was also a property that went through our hearing process in the past. Was fined. And this is now back in front of us. So. I rarely say this, and I don't think I've ever said this on the record. I am looking for the maximum fine to be assessed. Unrevocable, because I feel the property owner is just not getting it. And frankly, if we find them enough, we will be able to send this to our corporation counsel for foreclosure proceedings.
What does enough mean?
That's their determination. The state law allows them to start foreclosure on $300. It's a matter of whether our law department will take it. I will submit that if I am a bit persistent about it with the corporation counsel, they may bring it if we give them the max fine available today. Still no guarantee, but at least I'll give it a shot.
Well, I'm considering $5,000 fine, which leaves us room to double it next time. We got 7,500, we don't have enough leverage.
Well,
If they don't take it and if he doesn't do anything.
Well, I could submit that if we did the max fine and we continued it even to October 12th,
So it's whatever.
that would get it at or close to $10,000. So what I'm saying
If we
is,
did 5,000, we'd still be at the same amount on October 12th.
we go, well, I guess what I'm saying is if we. I'm looking as if the law department doesn't take it, we still have the ability to go to 10,000 on the 12th. But I'm leaving out there, if it's 7,500, they may take it. And if they take it, great, we don't have to worry about, we don't have to worry about it.
So we'll get everybody's attention.
I think that would get at least, I don't know, if the first fine didn't get the property owner's attention, I
I
don't know.
didn't give them a fine, I gave them a.
No, previous go around.
Oh.
This has been through the week.
Okay.
This is the only property to this day that has gone through the entire citation hearing process and is back.
I got
This is
it.
the only one in 4.5 years.
Wow, okay, where are we continuing this? to?
No, just to see what happens. We'll keep the folks entertained. We'll continue to October, continue to the 12th,
To October 12th.
and I can report what corporation counsel does.
I'm good, okay, all right, that sounds like. All right, maybe Sunday, this thing.
I'm hoping that this is not, I
So you can get out of this and come back again. Clearly is making the,
well, the last time I think we made it, this is, and I don't care, it's on the record, I think we made a mistake by not going to foreclosure on this the first time, and rather than letting them pay it. I think we should have gone to foreclosure process from the get-go, and that would have, I think that would have gotten more of a jump out of the property. That's just me. Normally, I'm not that heavy-handed, but
these are mine, but you talked me into it.
yeah, I'm glad it was, still got some suave of talking here a little bit. And last but not least, very simple, but it's gonna be an interesting one. This is gonna be 65 Osborne. And I'll give the hearing officer the. Who's putting things everywhere right now? So this is the previous hearing form. And this is the. This one here, let's see. Do did I bring that over and I was just an idiot to close it? Might be, let's see. Oh, no. Let's see. think so. Nope. Wasn't that one. Okay. So this is another one that I am going to have to again say, if anybody wants to see any of this, they can come to the planning and zoning office. But I do not think this is gonna be remotely a problem when it comes to that. So this one, as a way of little history as to why we're here, is this was an illegal four-family. This was back with us back in May. Council, which represented the property owners, said they had an interested buyer that was willing to buy the property with the violation in it. Never suggest that to anybody, but if somebody's willing to do it, they can. So I did my due diligence because we were coming up on the 21st. I reached out to the representing attorney, and he said the property had sold with the violation. That was last week, I think middle of last week. And I do have an email here just to present to the hearing officer. Basically, attorney Gene Kimmel is representing the current owners. And they have submitted, I've attached a small rendering there. And we have the full plans in the office of their proposed resolution. I'm not a fan of the plans, but we can fix those. But my point is, because there's new owners, the owners that are on all the documentation that's in front of us here, they sold it. They cannot be liable by the city. So we are only here for this one to not close the file, but remove the file as it sits from the hearing process. And then I have sent already another notice to the current property owner to keep the file moving. I reviewed the plans. Like I said, there's some issues with some things. If we're able to get a permit and things done, you may never see this one again.
Okay.
But if it does get to the point where we need a little extra, I'll bring it back and we'll send a citation with the new owners on there.
Okay.
So basically, it's just the decision form is just basically saying that while the file is not closed, it's removed from the process because of ownership.
But there's a violation still, right?
Still a violation, yes.
We'll find that.
Okay, yep, we can do that.
Violation continues. No owners. So we want to say, removed from the hearing process.
Correct. There could be a better way of saying that, but that's the only, that's why I came up
Who
with.
cares?
There you go. There we go.
Comes and accomplishes.
Yeah, I think you will.
Removed from the hearing process. File remains open.
Correct. And I'll send this to the property owners and the attorney Leventhal.
Attorney Kimball.
Well, both. I would say the attorney Leventhal represents
Oh, okay.
the previous owners.
Oh, okay, fine. So the previous owners are off the hook.
Yeah, so they know they're totally off the hook.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Right, John.
And with that, we are through. A couple of interesting ones there. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done for today's hearings. We have our next set of hearings is October 12th. I believe we have a few items on there. That's the day after the first Rangers game, so that might be a little interesting for me being here.
October 12th. Hold on. Yep, I got October 12th.
Perfect. Anyway, we'll see you on October 12th. Have a lovely evening, everybody.
Wow, good. That's a lot. Now it's fine.